Hello everyone, it is Lindsay here from Rented Space and thank you for joining me in my kitchen again today. I am going to be making some pumpkin soup today. Now I have already sort of started by roasting my pumpkin, and I've roasted a few carrots and onions, 3 onions as well. So the only thing I've still got to do, I have peeled my potatoes but I have to dice them. I'm going to put a sweet potato in as well, so I've got to peel and dice that. And I'll put some celery in as well. So that's in, I've already cut and washed that, so it's just to be cut into pieces. I have some mushroom that I also put in, chicken stock with some shallots in there. That's only 2 cups. I've got to get, I'll show you so you can think. So like I said, chicken stock with my shallots in it. I will also add another 2 cups of water. And I have some bacon that I have defrosted, and I'm going to cut up and put that into there as well. So I'm going to do it in the slow cooker. But I did roast the pumpkin to try and get the best flavour out of it. Okay, so not everyone in my house actually likes pumpkin soup. My daughter Michaela and I love it. And my husband will eat it, but he's not really a huge fan. So generally I'll make up a batch, and then what we don't eat we'll freeze it, and then we've got it for work and school, that kind of thing. Okay, so now to roast it I did just put a little bit of olive oil over it, and then put it in the oven for a little while. Now it is autumn here in Australia, and it has been horrible rainy for the last almost fully 12 months, to be honest. We've pretty much had a year of winter, to be honest, and we're just going into winter now, so it's going to be an interesting few months. And they're saying that the weather is going to persist here till at least September, so that sounds like fun, doesn't it? Anyway, I got this from one of our local shops that buys fruit and veg from most of our local households and farms around. So I bought this pumpkin from one of our local shops, and they buy a lot of their fruit and veg and things off of local suppliers, so that's pretty cool. Ooh. That's not what I wanted to do. Anyway, I have a bowl here that I will put all the skin and scraps in, and then they go into my compost. Now I've actually just started a second compost, which I got, funnily enough, from Super Cheap Auto. It was only $25. Now it's actually a spinning one, but I thought it would be good because obviously with the time of year, and living 45 minutes from town, I am leaving home pretty much in the dark and getting home in the dark. And I thought with this smaller spinning compost bin, I'd actually be able to put it on my veranda, and that way I'll be able to put my compost in without having to kind of walk around the dark yard at night to put it in. For some reason in winter I tend to not seem to use my compost bin as much, and I think that's the main reason. So Super Cheap had them actually on sale for only, it was $25, so I thought that was pretty cool. Decent price, $25, so I will let you know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be, you know, it's probably not, I mean, it's quite sturdy, but I don't think it's going to be something that would last forever and ever. Okay, so I'm just trying to get as much off the pumpkin as possible, and then whatever's left, like the skin and stuff, will just go, like I said, into the compost bowl. this into smaller chunks. Like I said, it is going to be in the slow cooker for a few hours, so I have roasted them, so they have sort of started to cook already. Cut the onions. I find that pumpkin soup is great in winter. Good for work lunches. I can put it into smaller portions and freeze it, and then we just take what we need. What are your favourite meals for winter though? Alright. Good thing is I like about it as well is I can do up a big batch. Like this is a 6 kilo slow cooker, so I sort of fill it right up, and that's why I throw in the extra vegetables. And then I cook it once, but I get a few meals out of it. And then on days where there isn't enough dinner for like leftovers for lunch the next day or whatever, I can just grab a frozen soup out of the freezer and we have lunch. Or nights where, you know, maybe the kids might be out for the night, might be at friends' houses, or, you know, my boys could have gone to Sydney for a car show or something. Girls are at friends' houses and I can just pull dinner out and I don't have to cook. You know, I'm sure other mums out there can understand that. At the end of the day, if you don't have all the rest of the family to feed, it's nice not having to worry about cooking even for yourself. Bit of skin there. So this is just a butternut pumpkin, but I will just use whatever. I use the Queensland Blues, the Jet pumpkins. I don't have a preference really, it's whatever is available locally that I can get. I actually normally go to one of the local markets and buy them from there. But we were in Sydney last weekend and we missed it. So, but between the local farmers markets, there's normally one around. And I'll go and I'll get, you know, fruit and veg and actually it's pretty cool working at the hospital, means that I get a lot of people who, a lot of the nurses and other staff bring in their glutton of, you know, chilies and cucumbers and pumpkins and things like that, so I can often use those as well. Okay, so now that I have the pumpkin done, I will start putting the potatoes in. Because these aren't cooked, I am cutting them a bit smaller, but they don't really have to be because I will obviously blend it at the end anyway. But I just find it makes it a bit easier at the blending stage if everything is cut fairly small. Now my pumpkin soup is never really, it's never exactly the same. I kind of throw in, for instance, that pumpkin that I got, it was only kind of small, hence the reason I'm going to throw in a sweet potato. I always throw in potatoes, and these potatoes were actually a bit, they were getting sort of to that point where you had to use them. So I thought soup would be the best thing for them. And I had a couple of mushrooms sitting there that were a bit the same. They kind of needed to be used. I don't normally put mushrooms in my pumpkin soup, but like I said, they were there and they needed to be used, so I thought I'd throw them in. Now I'm just going to throw that stock in. Hi everyone, I've just realised I am very monotone in this video and I do apologise for that. I will get better, and as I improve my video skills, I promise to sound a little bit more excited the way that I actually am when I'm cooking, because honestly I love to cook. And there's an extra 2 cups of water. I'll just put it on high for the time being to get that started. I'll cut up some of the celery. Now I won't put too much celery in because celery can be quite overbearing. Funny, I do these videos, but when I'm cooking I tend to just do things, and I just get into the groove, and often I forget to talk, so please excuse. But anyway, and you probably can hear the dishwasher in the background. I've got my oven trays in the dishwasher at the moment, just cleaning up. After doing some other bits and pieces. Just cut that yuck bit off. All right. So I'm going to again cut this into smaller chunks. Now, cutting it into the smaller pieces, one, it helps it with cooking a little bit quicker. I mean, it's in a slow cooker, so, but it's also going to help it later because I've only got a Ninja bullet, so obviously size-wise it's not very big. So to blend it up later, it will make it a little bit easier and quicker. Now, like I said, I can't leave a recipe or anything down below because I kind of just throw it together, but generally I'll do about 4 cups of stock. Now I do use powdered stock, but I've actually just been watching Acre Homestead. Well, I haven't just been, but recently I watched one of her episodes with her making her own stock, so that is something that I do want to do. And I have been getting all my scraps and putting them into bags. So this is the tops of my the tops and bottoms of my celery. It's got the tops and bottoms of onions. I've got some carrot tops and stuff in there as well, and I have another bag as well that I've done. And so I've been collecting it for a few weeks now, and like I said, it's got carrot tops and bottoms, it's got the celeries, it's got onions. I'm not sure, but I've been doing that anyway. And so I'm hoping probably in the next few days I have some chicken drumsticks, so I'm going to cook them and take the, like, get the bones and put them in it to make a stock of myself. But at the moment I am just using the powdered stock. If you haven't watched Becky from Acre Homestead, her and her husband have a 1 acre, a house on a 1 acre block. They do live in America, so it's slightly different to here, but I will put a link down below. I just think it's a really good way. I think when we all sort of watch each other's channels, we all learn so much. And I didn't come from a home where I was really taught to cook. I kind of learned it all on my own. So there are things that I know, but there's always things to learn, I think. And I've always wanted to can, and that's actually how I found the channel in the first place. Is I actually looked on YouTube for canning videos, and I saw one of her videos canning, and I wanted to can for a long time, but buying the equipment has always kind of put me off. It's pretty expensive, and you know, money's not free to just throw away on something that I think sounds good, and then I'd try to use it and I wouldn't like it, so I wouldn't do it again. You know, as most of us, we don't have money to be just sort of throwing away. So I keep sort of putting it off, but I think I'm at that point now where I think, well, I've just got to do it. So, but Becky's fairly new at doing the gardening thing as well, to, you know, big scale. Yeah. So I'm just throwing some bacon in. Now obviously you don't have to put bacon in your pumpkin soup. I just like the flavour of it. Alright, so just giving it a quick season. And some pepper. Now like I said, I've run out of a few bits and pieces, and I do also occasionally buy garlic in a jar. Now I have actually done a video recently with Stuffed sausages that I explained that. I went to go buy the garlic, and having the fact that I've been in Sydney probably the last 4 or 5 weekends with family things, and so missing the farmers markets. So I went to go to the grocery store to buy garlic, and it was disgusting and it was really expensive. So I went and bought a jar because I can't cook without garlic. So alright, that should be, I don't know, about 4 cloves of garlic or so. Okay, so it's on now. I'm going to put the lid on, and I will come back and show you it later when I'm ready to blend it. See you soon. Hi everyone, it is Lindsay, and I'm back obviously a couple of weeks later. I ended up with a very bad migraine that wiped me out for about 4 days in total with the actual migraine, and then I had a residual headache for probably about 2 weeks. So it's taken me a little bit to get back in and be able to pick up the camera, not just to pick it up but to edit videos as well. So I have a few videos that are in backlog where I've started to do them, and you will see me come in later and just thing. So unfortunately, I didn't get to do a video of my finished soup. My beautiful 17-year-old daughter did come in that night once I'd, taken my medication and gone and laid in my bedroom in the dark. My beautiful daughter did come out, and she finished off the pumpkin soup for me. Once it was ready, she blitzed it, and she made sure that it was all done and put away and frozen, and they actually ended up eating it for dinner that night, and we had it for meals throughout the next couple of weeks. And I did mean to pick up the camera to film it, but unfortunately, when you're not feeling your best, it is what it is. And I am still new at this, so I will probably get better at, even when I'm feeling pretty bad, that I will still film. Anyway, so thank you for joining this video. I am still going to put it out, and I mean, it's pumpkin soup. We've all seen pumpkin soup, right? So we are all human, and we all can only do what our bodies will allow us to do. So thank you again for watching my video. If you've liked this video, even though it was a bit of a dodgy one, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and try and help me get out to more people. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.